Got the parallel bars final and the women's floor final for you to enjoy. It will happen concurrently, and then the horizontal bar final to conclude this Cairo World Cup in this Olympic qualification year. Well, I say Olympic qualification year. The qualification started at the 2022 World Championships. It finishes in May this year, and the Paris Olympic Games begin in July. But many gymnasts have the capacity to earn individual places in their teams as well, as the judges for the women's floor final and the men's parallel bars final make their way out. What's important for the athletes, though, is that unless your name is on the list, you're not guaranteed that you are going to be going to the Olympic Games. There are nominative and non-nominative qualifications. But the great thing about the World Cups is it provides a pathway for those who are distinct apparatus specialists to qualify for the Olympic Games. Judges are out, and now to meet the finalists. These are the judges for the women's floor final. Julie Morano, who qualified 8th, will go first in the rotation in the floor final. 21-year-old from Philippines, Emma Malabuyo, formerly represented USA, will go second. Top qualifier is Charlize Mertz of Austria, the 18-year-old who's got the highest difficulty routine in this final. Laura Casabueno of Spain, really talented 18-year-old. Erika Pinkston, fresh from her silver medal in the balance beam, will go as the first athlete in the second rotation. Qualified 4th overall. Panama's history maker Hilary Heron will go after Pinkston. She qualified 2nd overall. Okamura Mana, a bronze medal on beam, looking for an improved result on floor. Last to go on the floor will be Yana Mahmoud of Egypt, the talented 19-year-old from Giza, and a thrilling moment for the home supporters as her name is announced. The 8 athletes who will compete in the women's floor final, including Yana Mahmoud. On men's parallel bars, Ukraine's Ilya Kovtun, the top qualifier, will go first. 15.100 in qualifying. If you see a 15 for parallel bars, you know you're set for something special. Cameron de Bernard of France, qualified 8th, will go second. Now this is an intriguing gymnast. For both parallel bars and horizontal bar, watch Angel Barajas of Colombia, 17 years old. Sugimoto Kaito of Japan will go 4th, he qualified 7th. Rasulyon Abdurrahimov of Uzbekistan qualified 3rd. The Rio 2016 Olympic Games parallel bars champion is Oleg Verniaev of Ukraine. One of the Colombian greats, the 29-year-old now, Josimar Calvo, has the joint highest D score. And Ilyas Yoriu of Cyprus will go last in rotation. The 24-year-old always aims for impressive E scores. The gymnasts acknowledging the judges, a quick salute. And now to the warm-ups for the first 4 competitors on the women's floor and the first 4 competitors on the men's parallel bars. Ilyas Yoriu just warming up as he makes his way towards the warm-up area. Ilya Kovtun, though, he'll be first to go in the parallel bars final. Can he lay down a marker that nobody else can catch? So Morano, Malabuyo, Mertz and Casabuena will go in the first rotation for women's floor. For parallel bars, it'll be Kovtun, Bernard, Barajas and Sugimoto. Italy's Morano. She'll lead off in this floor final. Ilya Kovtun just readying the parallel bars. This is his speciality. Malabuyo of Philippines. As Kovtun is on the parallel bars. He is so comfortable on this apparatus. Genuinely exceptional all-around athlete. He won 4 medals in 5 events in Cairo the last time he was in the Egyptian capital. First rotation for the women's floor final. Morano, Malabuyo, Mertz and Casabuena. The parallel bars final. We'll see the first 4 athletes go in this order. Kovtun, Bernard, Barajas and Sugimoto. Here's Barajas readying himself. 17 years old, he's an intriguing performer and he's a great personality as well. Mertz warming up. The Austrian who will go third as the top qualifier in this floor final. At the ready is the young Italian. Giulia Morano of Italy, the 15-year-old from Sicily, qualified 8th for this final. Has the second highest difficulty in this final at 5.3 though. showing what a special young gymnast she is in her third final in Cairo as she makes her senior debut here. She started by finishing 5th in the uneven bars final in her first World Cup Series final appearance. And Marano with a smile on her face, the Junior World Vault silver medalist, team bronze medalist, and European Junior team gold and Vault bronze medalist in 2022. Koftun waits. He will go first on parallel bars. The man who scored 15.100 in qualifying. Ilya Koftun of Ukraine, the 20-year-old. He won 6 parallel bars World Cup golds in succession before finishing second to Philippines phenomenon Carlos Yulo in Baku last year. He returned to winning ways in Cairo, and he looks set to begin the new series with a victory in the Egyptian capital again, having qualified top. But can he put in a routine that'll keep him at the top at the very start of this parallel bars rotation? Lovely work from Koftun so far. No travelling with the hands, no walking. Great control, nailing every element first time. Gold in parallel bars in Cottbus and Doha and Cairo last year. Only that silver behind Yulo in Baku. Winning the World Cup Series in horizontal bar and parallel bars, and that's another exceptional performance from Ilya Koftun. An exceptional gymnast, and that was an extraordinary opening salvo that he's just fired. What an incredible athlete Koftun is, and he continues to impress on the very highest stage and in an Olympic year as well. He has laid down the gauntlet. Who can challenge Ilya Koftun? We'll wait for his mark though. The balance, the poise. And somebody who is able to minimize execution deductions. Here's Marano, her floor score 12.433. So up by the very, very slightest margin on qualifying. Now for somebody who wants to make the Olympic Games, formerly represented USA, switching allegiance to Philippines in July last year. She won the Asian Championships silver on floor last year, did Emma Malabuyo of Philippines. The 21-year-old California-born star goes for Philippines in the floor final here. Qualified 7th. The effervescent UCLA student Emma Malabuyo of Philippines. Very cool performer. Always got nifty choreography, and she's got a massive smile on her face. A big embrace for Charlize Moorts, who will go next for Austria. Now, a masterclass from Koftun to start. What does he score? 15.600. Well, that is an absolute marker laid down off a 6.7 D score, execution of 8.9. That is massive. Cameron Lee Bernard of France next to go, the 25-year-old. Hoping to compete at his home Olympic Games later this year. A man who trains for up to 30 hours a week at the Normandy Regional Training Centre in France. Cameron Lee Bernard. Really good handstand to start. So often there's overarching in the handstand. Just a slight adjustment. Really good handstands, no overarching. Didn't quite hold that last handstand. But a competitor who's packed with power and determination is Bernard. Oh, a little hop back on the landing, but that is very nicely executed. A little salute. Malabuyo, what does she score for her floor routine? 12.666, so she goes top through two gymnasts. Execution of 7.866. Charlize Moorts of Austria next to go, the 18-year-old who qualified top with a 13.2. She's got the highest difficulty routine in this final at 5.4. Moorts of Austria next to go. The first Austrian gymnast to master a double layout on floor has since added a twist to make it more complicated. Very nicely done from one of the three Moorts sisters, Charlize, who trains with her older sister Alyssa, while Colleen, the youngest, competes at national level with an eye to competing internationally. Now Bernard, excellent execution, I thought, compared to his qualification, 14.400. I thought it may be a little higher than that for the Frenchman on parallel bars. Angel Barajas of Colombia, the 17-year-old. What a personality. What a performer. Now he's got the joint highest D score in this final, 6.700. Oh, catches the leg on the rail. Oh, not quite holding the handstand. It's the first of his two finals, and he's going to be applauded back onto the apparatus. He takes a lot of risks as the junior world champion. Won 2 junior world titles, in fact, not only on parallel bars but on floor as well. As he makes his senior debut at this World Cup leg in Cairo. Oh no, this is not quite going according to plan for Barajas, who is an exceptional gymnast. His hero is the great Colombian gymnast Josimar Calvo, who he competes against in the final, and who, like himself, was a 17-year-old upstart who delivered such thrilling routines when he broke into the senior circuit. I do hope you get to see the best from Ángel Barajas, maybe in the horizontal bar final to come, where he qualified top. He has struggled with a back injury this past year. Nicely recovered, despite the step back on landing. Disappointment on the face of the 17-year-old diamond of Colombian gymnastics. The 17-year-old Ángel Barajas, 14.670 in qualification. He's going to be significantly down on that, I'm afraid, in the final. Mertz, 12.633 for Mertz, who is down by over half a point on her qualification mark. And in second through 3 competitors. Laura Casabuena of Spain. She was a really talented judoka, but chose gymnastics over judo after watching the London 2012 Olympic Games. Laura Casabuena of Spain, the 18-year-old, is next to go. Very capable gymnast with fluid movement and style. She's relied on this version of Madonna's Material Girl in recent years. Very strong mentally is Casabuena, who leaves the floor with a smile on her face. She qualified 5th with 12.770. Now Barajas, 10.566. He knows he was well down on what he's capable of achieving. Came off the apparatus a couple of times, the star Colombian, and he's got one final to come in Cairo. in the horizontal bar. I really do hope you get to see him at his best, because he is extraordinary. Sugimoto Kaito of Japan is next to go. 14.330, qualified 7th for the 23-year-old from Chiba. Part of an incredibly strong Japanese gymnastics team. A man who's aiming to be part of the Japan team at the Olympic Games. And very capable on parallel bars. Just correcting the overarching on the handstand. A little push up. Generally transitions really cleanly between the elements. Beautiful fluidity. The way he just transitions into the next element, it's superb. And some exemplary control that we've seen already. That is a lovely performance from Sugimoto. He might have qualified 7th, but I dare say he will not finish anywhere near that position in this final. Now the mark laid down by Ilya Koftun is an extraordinary 15.6. Lara Casabuena, 12.633. She goes to 2nd, behind Malabuyo, joint with Mertz, but ahead on execution. Sugimoto Kaito, 14.330 in qualification for the Japanese gymnast. He took up the sport as a 6-year-old after losing an interest in swimming. This looked to be a really strong performance. .866, that is a really good score for his 6.6 difficulty routine, 8.266 execution. He goes into 2nd behind Koftun through the first rotation. Erika Pinkston, Hilary Heron, Okamura Mana and Yana Mahmoud will be the 4 gymnasts to go in the 2nd rotation of the women's floor final. Rasulyon Abdurrahimov, Oleg Verniaev, Yosimar Calvo and Ilyas Yoriu will be the 4 competitors to go in the 2nd rotation of the parallel bars final. There's Pinkston just warming up. Maybe a confidence boosting silver on the balance beam for Erika Pinkston. Just warming up is Calvo. Pinkston ready. She turned 16 the last time she was in Cairo in her 2nd final today. She's got the lowest difficulty routine in the final at 4.8, but she's great on execution. Erika Pinkston of Belgium. Big change in tempo of her routine and a dramatic finish for the 16-year-old Belgian. And how will she score on execution? It's a low difficulty routine. But in her second final of the day, looking to score well on execution, as she did in the balance beam final. She won 2 medals the last time she was in Cairo on uneven bars and balance beam. She's already won the balance beam silver here. Can she go into the medals for the women's floor final? Meanwhile, next to go in the parallel bars final, a 27-year-old from Fergana, the man who qualified third, representing Uzbekistan, Rasuljon Abdurakhimov. Nobody had better execution than qualifying. His 8.966 for his 5.9 difficulty routine. For the Tokyo Olympian. He had some success on parallel bars last year in the World Challenge Cup of Varna. Keeping the legs together very nicely. Sometimes there's a tendency for the legs to separate, which will cost them a nervous moment. Holding the handstand, trying to keep it at 12 o'clock. And a dismount alongside the parallel bars. Abdurakhimov, Uzbekistan Gymnast of the Year 2 years ago, a man who's also a coach. Now Pinkston, what does she score on floor? 12.466. She's out of the medals as it stands. Execution of 7.766. Hilary Heron of Panama qualified second with a 12.900. She turned 20 last month, a very effervescent performer, and has a nominative berth for the Paris 2024 Olympic Games. Hilary Heron of Panama, next to go. Will she perform a double layout half out, also known as the Biles? Hilary Heron, her first pass a double layout, her second a double pike. Someone who had success in Cairo previously, historic bronze in the women's vault last year. Abdurakhimov 13.633 leaves him fourth. Well down on his qualification score. Oleg Verniaev of Ukraine, the 30-year-old, 14.970 in qualifying. Koftun's mark is 15.6 in this final. This is the Rio 2016 Olympic Games champion in parallel bars. He also won the individual all-around silver medal in Rio. Former world champion, a 5-time World Championships medalist, 3-time European Games champion, 6-time European Championship winner, 3-time World University Games champion. This man knows how to win. Looking for some early single bar work. Koftun has laid down an incredible mark. And it's going to require something special to get anywhere near his score of 15.600. But this is a very nicely executed routine so far for Verniaev. That is beautifully executed. A performer with real pedigree on this piece. Now, Hilary Heron playing it safe in the final after risking a little in qualification. He's already qualified for Paris, 12.466. So she is some way down on her qualifying mark and out of the medals. Next to go in her second final today, the 18-year-old from Japan. Okamura Mana, 12.870 in qualifying as she qualified third. Great rhythm and fluency throughout her routine. An accomplished and assured routine from the 18-year-old in her second final today after claiming bronze on beam. Is she set for another medal on floor? Okamura Mana of Japan. Warm embrace from the coach. And she seems delighted. And rightly so. Such crisp landings. Now, Oleg Verniaev of Ukraine waiting for his score, 14.970 in qualifying, 15.233. That is an exceptional score, but he is still only second behind Ilya Koftun's remarkable 15.6. Josimar Calvo is next to go. Calvo qualified 6th for this final with 14.470. The 29-year-old Colombian Josimar Calvo with a joint highest D score of 6.7. A man with pedigree and who's been such a great ambassador for his country internationally. The first Colombian to qualify for an Olympic final, which he did in Rio in 2016. And then we later learned that he'd been competing with a torn ligament in his left ankle that needed surgery immediately after the games. And he's got off to a very solid start. The cousin of Carlos Calvo. He's also represented Colombia internationally. Oh. Calvo with a very fine dismount. The 4-time Pan American Games champion, 7-time South American champion. And a man who's credited with many extraordinary things for his country and for his continent. Okamura Mana, where does she sit? She goes top, 13.066 with only one competitor to go. Okamura Mana of Japan is set for at least a silver medal. The only competitor who can deny her gold is Yana Mahmoud of Egypt. The 19-year-old from Giza in the host nation of this first World Cup leg of 2024. 3-time African champion, including on 4 in 2022. A lively routine that delighted the home crowd. Yana Mahmoud of Egypt, the 19-year-old, a thrilling moment for the Egyptian supporters. I remember when she broke onto the scene in 2021, her first senior year, made her final in Doha. Now, Calvo, 15.100. That is another incredible mark, but still only leaves him third. The only man that can deny him a place on the podium now is İlyas Yuriu, the Cypriot, who qualified 5th, will go last. The 24-year-old İlyas Yuriu, not the highest difficulty routine, but he aims for impressive E-scores as the Commonwealth Games champion on horizontal bar. His first final of the day. Really strong single bar work. Ooh. Needed a little adjustment. Couldn't quite transition easily into his next element. It's recovered nicely. showing lovely control in the handstand. Ilyas Yuriu completes his routine and completes the parallel bars final. Now, Yana Mahmoud, delighted with her performance on floor. Is she going to score well? 12.1 is her score. We can take pride in what she's managed to achieve. Just waiting for his score, Ilyas Yuriu. I sincerely hope he enjoys a much improved horizontal bar final, which is arguably his stronger apparatus. It certainly doesn't look delighted or expectant in this parallel bars final. Just a minor hiccup in the routine. Seems to be a problem with the hand. A little discomfort he's in. Yuriu waiting for his score. It's 13.200. He'll finish 7th in this final. And that means gold to Ilya Kovtun, yet again in Cairo, returning to winning ways in the Egyptian capital last year after being beaten by Carlos Yulo in Baku. He's again a champion in Cairo. In the women's floor final, Emma Malabuyo on the left of your screen is silver medalist. Lara Casabuena on the right of your screen is the bronze medalist. But Okamura Mana of Japan is champion of the women's floor. Lara Casabuena, 12.633, her better execution score, so her take Charlize Mertz, the top qualifier, off the podium. The 18-year-old Spaniard. It's a lovely version, set to a routine, set to a version of Madonna's Material Girl. Emma Malabuyo of Philippines with a silver medal performance, 12.666. Really nifty choreography for the very cool performer. Her second medal today. It's been a successful Sunday in Cairo for Okamura Mana. After bronze on the beam, she's got gold on the women's floor, 13.066. In the parallel bars final, there were some genuinely exceptional performances. Josimar Calvo of Colombia with a massive score of 15.100 earns the bronze medal. On any other day, that could be a winning score. But it's Ukraine who have 1 and 2. The former Olympic champion Oleg Verniaev takes silver with an exceptional 15.233. And Ilya Kovtun returning to his seat in the kiss and cry. Ilya Kovtun with an astonishing, peerless 15.600 for the 20-year-old Ukrainian. He takes gold yet again in Cairo on parallel bars. The World Cup Series winner last year on horizontal bars and parallel bars. And he started this World Cup Series extraordinarily. Okamura Mana of Japan wins the floor final for women. Emma Malabuyo of Philippines takes silver, and Laura Casabuena a bronze, edging out Moritz on her execution score. Erika Pinkston off the medals, finishes 5th. The parallel bars final was an exhibition. Josimar Calvo with a 15.1 finished 3rd. Oleg Varnyaev, the former Olympic champion, finishes with a silver medal, and Ilya Kovtun with a remarkable 15.600 wins a fantastic gold. The medalists in the women's floor final. From Spain, Philippines and Japan.
The medal presenters, ladies and gentlemen. The gold medal will be awarded by Donatella Santi FRG from District Gymnastics Technical Committee President, by Nana Zayat FRG Women's Artistic Gymnastics Technical Committee Vice President, and by Rabia Ali, Egyptian Gymnastics Federation Board Member. Earthquakes and bronze medal winner, representing Spain, Laura Casabuena.
The bronze medalist from Spain, Laura Casabuena, 18-year-old, with a very fine movement routine, filled with style. 12.633. 12.666 for Emma Malabuyo of Philippines, who takes the silver medal. The 21-year-old who wants to make the Olympic Games, formerly represented USA, now representing Philippines. The 2023 Asian Championship silver medalist on floor, is the silver medalist in Cairo. But champion of the Cairo World Cup in the women's floor is Okamura Mana, who's had a stupendous Sunday. After bronze on beam, she's taken gold on women's floor. Okamura Mana, 13.066 her winning score. Wonderful rhythm and fluency throughout her routine. And proving her prowess once again, the 18-year-old. Now for the national anthem of Japan.
Spain, the Philippines, and Japan together on the podium.
Confirming the medalists in the women's floor final in Cairo. Laura Casabuena of Spain takes bronze, Emma Malabuyo of Philippines silver, and gold to Okamura Mana of Japan. Now for the victory ceremonies, the medals to be awarded. for the parallel bars, women's floor and horizontal bar. The medalists on the parallel bars making their way to the podium. This was arguably the greatest of the finals in terms of astonishing scores. Three fabulous gymnasts, all scoring over 15.1 in the final of the parallel bars. Stupendous.
The gold medal, ladies and gentlemen, will be handed out by FIG Secretary General. The silver medal by Sasha Kajsewicz, President of the Gymnastics Federation of Serbia. And the bronze medal by Yasin Zayed, Competition Manager here at the World Cup, member of the Gymnastics Federation. Third place.
Josimar Calvo of Colombia claims the bronze medal with an extraordinary 15.100. The former Olympic champion Oleg Verniaev of Ukraine takes silver with an exceptional 15.233. But utterly peerless is the prodigious and phenomenal talent that is Ilya Kovtun. 15.600, a masterclass from the 20-year-old Ukrainian as he takes gold yet again in Cairo in the parallel bars final. And now for the national anthem of Ukraine. The smashing parallel bars final. The medalists confirmed. Josimar Calvo with bronze. Oleg Vernyaev of Ukraine takes silver. But the gold medalist Ilya Kovtun, 15.600, his winning tally.
Award ceremony, ladies and gentlemen, for the women's exercise all four. Please welcome